Right, you guys, got another video here for you. This is just a quick video to give you a bit of awareness on cheap Chinese graphics cards that are flooding the market. Now, if you're in the market to buy a new graphics card and you're on a tight budget, you may be looking in certain places and not quite sure what to buy. Now, you really want to sort of go for proper branded names like EVGA, MSI, Gigabyte, Palette, and companies like that, okay, not these Chinese ones. Now, if you're looking around on the internet, you'll soon stumble across loads of different types of graphics cards for sale, okay, and Chinese have started to flood the market with these cheap Chinese graphics cards, and some of them are expensive. You know, they normally have no markings on them. GearBest is doing the same, as you can see here. This one again doesn't look that great. The stickers on it, you got the fans on here. They do other types as well, as you can see here, big lists of them, and they normally replicate other cards like MSI. This looks like an MSI card, but it's not an MSI card. But that's what you've got to watch out for when you're purchasing graphics cards, okay? Now, another thing is on eBay. You may be thinking I'll just buy a second-hand card, and you're looking for a cheap graphics card here. Now, you're looking for cards. Now, look at the pricing. EVGA here for a GTX 1050 is £122.99. When you start scrolling down, you'll see the prices are not really sort of fluctuating. They're normally all the same. But when you get to here, you start seeing a price for £55. Buy it now. And it's quite easy to fall foul for this. Now, don't worry about if it doesn't say China here, because sometimes what they do is they buy shipping containers and put them in the country where they're selling them from, or they put buy warehouses there and they ship it to that warehouse and sell directly straight out of the UK and stuff like that. There's some sort of loophole what they're doing. Now, this one here, as you can see, doesn't look like a GTX 1050. It's cheap plastic chassis on there, and I would really steer clear of these sort of cards, because I can guarantee you the card is not going to be performing like a GTX 1050 2GB DDR5 192-bit. It's just not going to perform the same as if you put a proper branded GTX 1050 up against it. Now, also, there's other cards on here as well which you may be looking for, and it's not just these types of cards. It's GTX 750 Ti's. It's there's loads of different types that are selling them. Now, you can see the prices do vary, and but when you come across one that suits your budget, which will probably be cheap, because a lot of people do want to cheap out, and you can see here £39.85. Buy it now. And it's a GTX 960, and you can see there's no markings on here whatsoever. Cheap plastic fans, and it's just a cheap build quality. And you may be thinking, that's okay, I don't mind paying £39.85. I'll give it a stab. You know, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be that card at all. Now, if you're not familiar with purchasing on eBay or any other place where you're purchasing, you always want to look at the seller's username, check their feedback, and also check where they're based. You can see this one's based in China, and sometimes it may say United Kingdom. They put United Kingdom flags or United States, and they are based actually still in China. It's a little trick they try and do to try and fool you. So that will be the card there. Now, if you do your research, you'll see here someone has actually bought the 960, GTX 960. And it's this one here on eBay is sold. He bought it for £32.98. It's that exact same one we looked at. And if you look at it here, he's put up the Tech Power Up GPU Z, and it's give him some information. And it does say on their name, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960. But when you do a BIOS search for this card, you start doing a BIOS search here for that 7026410000, and what will happen is you will find that that BIOS number there is related to an NVIDIA GTS 450, which is 1024 megabytes. So it's not what they're claiming it to be here. Okay, so they're tricking you, and you'll end up going to buy a lower card, and you're spending, I know you're only spending 40 quid, but you're not actually going to be benefiting from it. So you can always check these out, okay? Check the details, do your research. Don't just read articles on the internet and stuff like that. You want to check it out for yourself. And I can see that they've also done some stuff here as well for this one. This is another one they've done. This was a GTX 750 Ti, and they're quite a popular card because they're great for old types of machines, old types of builds that you've got, and they can sort of bring a new lease of life and let you play more modern games with on a cheap budget. So if you do a search for this BIOS here, it's going to give you the information, and there's the actual card there, NVIDIA GTX 750 Ti. Do a search for that BIOS and it will show you what that card is, and you can see it's even packaged in a very authentic box there. And this is the actual card here. There's no markings on that card whatsoever, and it's not very good. But if you do a research on there, you can have a look here and you'll see sometimes these what was that? Let me just see what that was there. That was okay, 700633, and we got 700633, and you can see it's the GTS 450. So, and it's 1024, so it's the same card. I just changed it, and that's the 750 Ti. So they do change them, and that's how you can actually check out the information online. And you just do a search and you'll come across all this information yourselves. So it's just a pretty much an heads up video really, to be careful when you're purchasing graphics cards. And the rule of thumb is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. You know, look at the card itself, look for branding on there, look for known names on there as well. Okay, so if it's not got anything like EVGA or anything like that, MSI, Gigabyte, Asus, anything like that, then steer clear of it, walk away, because they're not worth it and they are just scamming you, and you're going to end up getting scammed by a Chinese seller with cheap cards. Okay, anyway, that's pretty much it. It was just a quick heads up video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this one helps you out. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Thanks again for watching, guys, and thanks for your continued support. Bye for now. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the big red subscribe button on my YouTube channel and hit the bell notification button next to that to be notified when we upload new videos.